Hello, friends. So I've been trying to make a Canva thing for this post, and every time I go to do it, it freezes my computer and I have to restart it. So taking this as a sign that I'm not meant to do this written, I'm meant to do this verbal. So today I want to talk about another horse that came in through the Three Sisters Equine Rescue as well. And this one is not a Mustang. This one is a thoroughbred, an off the track thoroughbred. And I got to thinking about this because one of the founders, Cindy Davis, actually posted this article this morning, and I was reading it, and the statistic really popped out at me and just like broke my heart. So the statistic, or what it says in this NBC News article, is in 2012, a report showed that approximately 19% of horses sent to slaughter were thoroughbred racehorses. And last year, so 2021, we saw 23,000 of our iconic American equines shipped to slaughter, according to the data compiled by the U.S. Harness Racing Alumni Association. And I'll link the article below. So 2012, 19%, which I'm not sure how many but that's a lot of 19% of horses sent to slaughter. 19% of horses sent to slaughter were thoroughbred racehorses. And in 2021, 23,000 of thoroughbred racehorses were sent to slaughter. And so I want to talk about this specific thoroughbred racehorse who is off the track. And he was saved from slaughter, unlike some of these others that were unfortunately not. And he was in terrible shape. He was super emaciated. And the thing that, I mean, it all breaks my heart, but this horse, at one point, this horse is only 6, I believe. Was 5 when rescued, is now 6. He was once sold for $80,000. And years later, he was almost emaciated to the point that he wouldn't have been able to survive. And he was sitting in a kill pen, which then those horses get sent to slaughter that are able to be slaughtered, essentially, that are of good enough weight to be slaughtered or shipped thereof. So when he first came into rescue, maybe not first, a few days after he came into rescue, I connected in with him. And there was just part of his that really kind of, that I want to read to you guys, because I don't always, so I asked him about his early days, so about his past, and not every animal wants to share about their past, because, especially if it's a traumatic past, because they feel that that will be used against them. So a lot of times they're like, no, I don't want to tell you about my past because I know that my now guardian steward person is going to now almost hold that against me and basically be like, pity them or overcompensate for their past, when in reality, they really just want to move forward. They want to have a fresh start. They don't want their past to be determined or their future to be determined by their past. They just want to be and have the best possible life that they can have and that they came here to have, and sometimes are not gifted that in the way that they were expecting. So I asked him if there was anything he wanted to share from his early days. And again, so for me, the way that I receive messages is first very visual. So I see things, I see them, I see the environment, I see what they have to show me, I hear, and then I also get a sense or a feeling about things. And so I find that animals, right, they understand our language, however, they don't speak our language. And so with some questions, they find it easier to show through imagery than through words. And this is one of those times. So I asked him, is there anything you want to share from your early days? And I saw him as a baby not being allowed to have milk, and how that really confused him and made him scared. It looks like he would go days without getting milk, and this started some anxiety in him of not feeling taken care of or supported. I see nails or something like nails scraping across the bottoms of his legs, almost like he was walking through something that had this kind of mechanism that would scrape his legs as he was walking through it, or some kind of like contraption that was around his legs that he would rub up against this kind of nail situation. I saw him being ridden and getting hit in the face with a riding crop or something similar when he didn't perform, while simultaneously getting kicked in the ribs. And it looked and felt like the person riding him was almost like standing up and sitting down on him like this, like get him to like urge him to go faster. Willing him to go faster or in a way that pleased the rider. So what felt the pace that felt good for the rider, and none of that felt good to him. I see a little girl offering him a single small daisy that she picked from the grass, and this being one of the happiest moments of his life. He felt so much joy and gratitude in that moment for that girl in that moment and that energy that she was giving to him. And then I see him in a dark room, crowded with other horses, and everyone, including him, feels weak and sick and in despair. Some horses are laying down. At least one looked and felt as if they were dead, and they were just laying there amongst them for a long time. And then we flashed back to the present. And all of that in just a small amount of time. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else that really feels like I also want to say this part that he had said. I said, is there anything you want to tell your caretakers? And this like breaks my heart too. And he said, I'm sorry for this mess. Oh, let me show you a picture of him. Apologies. I meant to do that. Not to show you my face. There he is. This is the guy. This is when he, a few-ish days after he came in. So you can kind of see his ribs and his hips and how emaciated he is. So is there anything you want to tell your caretakers? I'm sorry for this mess you are in and everything you have been through to get me and take me in. I'm sorry this happened at all. I'm not incredibly proud of my life and the twists and turns it has taken. I am hoping all of that changes here and now and with all of you. Thank you for taking the chance on me and allowing me to spend some time here. It is nice. The other horses tell me I have nothing to fear and that things only get better from here. I sure hope they're right. So I just want to read that statistic again. In 2012, a report showed that approximately 19% of horses sent to slaughter were thoroughbred racehorses. And last year, 2021, we saw 23,000 of our iconic American equines shipped to slaughter, according to data compiled by the U.S. Harness Racing Alumni Association. So as you are either partaking in any Kentucky Derby kind of activities or events today, or watching races or seeing things, I want you to think about this, because also I follow specifically a Off the Track Thoroughbred racehorse rescue called New Vocations, and almost all of their horses have some kind of limitations, whether it's from an injury, arthritis, cysts, fractures, whatever, that have occurred. And so many of these horses are 3 to 5 years old. Horses live into their 30s if supported properly, and, you know, like genetics and all of that stuff, but can very easily live into their 30s. And these 3-year-olds to 5-year-olds already have arthritis. Just think about that. They're at the beginning of their life and already have very large physical limitations, which is why a lot of them get sent to slaughter. When, I will get off my soapbox in a second. Perhaps we are not doing right by these animals, by these horses, if we are inducing arthritis and cysts and things that are a very large hindrance to not only their body, but also their quality of life and what they're able to do moving forward. So there's a lot of things that we can do better for these horses. So look into a thoroughbred, off the track thoroughbred racehorse kind of rescue. Look into Three Sisters, see if there's something there that you want to donate to. There's a lot of things that we can do. Legislature, oh gosh, I'm not even going to try to say that again. But from a government standpoint, from laws, and there's so many great organizations out there that are doing the work and trying to get all of these things passed so that these animals can have an actual chance at life. Last year's Kentucky Derby winner dropped dead on a track from a cardiac event and was disqualified from winning because was tested positive for doping. These animals cannot consent to taking drugs. That is not something they're able to do. That is something a human is putting onto them, because the animal can't say, no, don't give that to me. I mean, they can, and they do in some ways. However, they don't have a voice the same way we do. They can't go to the media and press and say, this person's trying to give me this thing. This person gave me this thing and it made me feel weird. They can't do that. That's our job. We are the ones that have been given the power to steward and to guardian these animals. And in a lot of ways, we are not doing well by them. So if you would like to donate to this specific horse, his name is Awesome Sauce, and he is at the Three Sisters Equine Rescue. And I'll put the link below as well. And anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you all soon.